everyone. In today's premium edition, we are thrilled to have a bright and eminent scientist, faculty and researcher Dr. Rinki Minakshi to this educational and motivational channel, Mentorship Towards Pure Abundance. Dr. Minakshi postgraduated with a gold medal from Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya Jabalpur and then earned her doctorate degree from Jamia Millia Islamia New Delhi and ICGEB of international repute. She has led the publication of an eye-opening article on the traumatic effect of COVID vaccination on menstrual irregularity in the prestigious international journal Frontiers in Immunology. She is a firm believer of the fact that every individual, especially a woman, must know her body and be aware of the effect of all internal as well as external factors on the same. This kind of approach may prove extremely empowering for one and all. This is first of its kind of report, and our esteemed audience may read the entire article online using the given web link. We thank Dr. Minakshi for gracing this channel and presenting her content in an easy to comprehend manner. Now it's over to Dr. Minakshi. Most welcome.
My warm greetings to all. We are here to discuss a much debatable topic, COVID-19 vaccine affecting menstrual cycle. A methodological ovulation and hence menstruation gauges the overall well-being of a female body, which has been indexed as the fifth vital sign. The female reproductive tract is highly malleable signaling cascade. It can withstand stressors through short-term manifestation of changes in menstrual pattern. We would all undoubtedly agree that the global endeavor of vaccination rose to protect individuals from the severity of COVID. But the conjunction of a short-lived menace of menstrual disturbance in female population came out as an unsettling side effect. These disturbances included delay or early menstruation, heavier bleeding patterns, painful sessions, and even breakthrough bleeding. Today, we are witnessing active research on this issue, and so far we have these evidences. In a US cohort of 2,403 individuals, 55% of cohort receiving Pfizer vaccine, 35% relating to Moderna, and 7% relating to Johnson & Johnson underwent a small change in cycle length. Out of this, 358 females were vaccinated with both the doses in the same cycle, and 10.6% females of this group experienced change in length of their menstrual cycle for more than 8 days. In Norwegian young adult cohort, heavier bleeding pattern, increase in duration of menstruation, and shortening of interval between two cycles were seen post-vaccination. The UK cohort showed 39,591 cases of menstrual disturbance. So, this is not the first time that this kind of issue is surfacing, but we have incidences from past vaccinations also. Administration of hepatitis B vaccine in Japanese females caused menstrual abnormalities. Similar was the case reported in 1913 with typhoid vaccination. During human papillomavirus vaccination, premature ovarian insufficiency, which is also termed amenorrhea, and premature menopause was reported. Well, it is reasonable here to discuss that the response to infectious diseases is indeed sex-biased. The immune response in females against infectious diseases like viral infection is robust juxtaposed to males. However, incidences of autoimmune disorders is higher in females. The better response to infection in females owes to the higher levels of estrogen that curtails the pro-inflammatory cytokine expression. Instances of viral infections like hantavirus and SARS-CoV-1 that caused outbreak in 2003 have disclosed that females imposed robust immune response than males. So can we say that the problem is females have been neglected in clinical trials? Why is it so? Sometimes women have different side effects, and medical products can affect men and women differently. One paper discussed a thoroughfare on sex-based pharmacology, where a detailed account shows how a female system is different from a male. It was reported that females mounted frequent and severe adverse reactions to HIV antiretroviral therapy. Additionally, the effect of sex difference on humoral response to a number of vaccines has been studied already. One crucial link to this issue finds its connection with the uterine microbiota. Yes, you heard it right. The long-thought paradigm about a sterile uterus has been well challenged today by reports of bacterial colonization in the uterine environment. The term microgenderome was suggested wherein the commensal microbiota exercised gender bias by regulating sex hormones. It was seen that the structure of commensal microbiota diverges at the time of puberty, resulting in male and female commensalism. We have accumulating evidences showing that the inclusion of females in vaccine trials have been marginalized, which resulted into unwanted high dosage administration of vaccines in women. Example is females in the age range of 18 to 64 years were seen to generate vigorous antibody against influenza vaccine. Moreover, their reaction to half dose of vaccine was equitable to a full dose in males. A report from Israeli studies states that 10% of Israeli females experienced menstrual irregularities after receiving the third dose of COVID-19 vaccine. So they have concluded that females' dose of vaccine should be lesser than male. Let us see the female reproductive tract endocrinology. The brain controls menstrual cycle by concerting cyclic induction of gonadotropin-releasing hormone by hypothalamus, which further stimulates pituitary to release follicle-stimulating hormones and luteinizing hormone. The T cell population variation according to estrogen and progesterone levels over the span of various phases of the 28 days menstrual cycle shows that the effect of T cell is biphasic. Higher estrogen levels encourage polarization of Th2 cells, which are actively participating in allergic reactions, whereas lower estrogen levels, which are seen during the luteal phase and menstruation, prompt differentiation of Th1 cells, which are critical in clearance of invading pathogens, but are exaggerated during autoimmune diseases. We can discuss here the role of cortisol also, because the cortisol affects female reproductive tract as well. The hypothalamus female adrenal axis, which is also known as the HPA axis, might be affected due to the imposed stress of vaccination, which is in a comparatively higher dose. The cortisol affects female reproductive tract, and generally the circulating levels of cortisol is higher during follicular phase in contrast to the luteal phase. Therefore, the issue of menstrual irregularities in female population after vaccination needs attention, because these events cause anxiety as they don't come with a warning sign. We must design studies acknowledging the vulnerable groups like those with autoimmune disorders or pre-existing gynecological issues so that they can be counseled properly before vaccination. Despite under-evaluation of adverse immune response generated due to vaccination in previous reports, the current vaccine trial against SARS coronavirus 2 that causes COVID-19 did not consider sex bias. Latest research reports that females showed 1.9 times higher side effects after COVID-19 vaccination as compared to males. Even FDA approves that consideration of sex is one of the pillars of precision medicine. We must come together to encourage female-specific vaccine research that addresses subjects like menstrual disturbance, which are even though short-lived, but it impacts a female physically, emotionally, and socially.